Hello again, folks, and this is Dr. Mike. We're back here for tip number 26 in our MET 101 ebook tip series. Now, this tip is again addressed to physical therapists out there. And please, if you would, for therapists that are out there, take it all in first before you have any feedback. Tip number 26, as a physical therapist, can I bill for MET services? Now, let's pick this apart. And please, if you would, listen closely. Yes, you can bill for MET services, but here's the interesting thing. If you're providing physical therapists to a patient, notice the term patient, then services billed must be provided under the direct supervision of a licensed physical therapist or by the physical therapist themselves. Once the patient has been discharged, you can bill for MET services, but you need to make sure the insurance carrier and the client and the referral source clearly understand the client has been discharged from physical therapy and is involved in an MET program. Now you bill the insurance carrier for a monthly membership. So yes, you can. For the monthly membership, you're not billing anymore for physical therapy. So you're not using any of the CPT codes, which now will require that you're providing some level of supervision or providing the service yourself. Now, let me make sure you understand. Insurance carriers, we found over the last 30 years, do like this idea of medical memberships or aftercare programs, but they don't like them to go on forever and ever, for years or decades or whatever the case is. They want to see periodically an exercise program that has been reevaluated, the client's been reassessed, updated, and providing them with that information along with a copy of your invoice that says we're charging, say, $100 for the monthly membership. I think what happens here is sometimes we get a little bit overzealous and we want to bill for everything that we did, but please remember, this client is not receiving any physical therapy services. Notice I said client. They've been discharged. So it's just exercise. And if I may, let me continue on here. Now, interesting enough, I became acquainted with MET aftercare about 22 years ago. I had a patient who had been discharged and attended college in Minneapolis. I had a practice on the East Coast. The patient underwent an ACL reconstruction. I discharged the patient after 12 weeks of physical therapy so he could go back to college. A couple of days later, I received a call from his mother. The mother requested referral to an exercise program at a health club near his college. I contacted the health club and learned that they had a structured aftercare program in the facility. They simply needed an exercise program from me and a signed referral from the surgeon. The surgeon and I complied. The health club billed the insurance carrier for a 180-day monthly membership program. The aftercare program was indicated to improve quadricep bulk and strength and agility. Yes, he was going to work with an athletic trainer on the campus or in the gym there, but we thought a structured exercise program was also important. Every 30 days, the aftercare program would send me a program update as well as the physician. And I have to admit, I was impressed. This was my first exposure to aftercare. Now, folks, aftercare programs, if they're done correctly and they're done with integrity, work well. Will there be individuals in your community that are going to try to do something nefarious? Yes. Those are the things that we need to look out for. Don't just simply dump the baby out with the bathwater and say, no. Look at this from the standpoint of, is this something beneficial? Yes. Or is it something that you as a therapist or a chiropractor could do in your office? So yes, as a physical therapist, it is appropriate to bill for MET services as long as they're provided in your facility. You bill for a monthly membership, or if they're doing one-on-one training services, you talk to the insurance carrier. If the insurance carrier says no, okay, now we're going to do the monthly membership. And aftercare programs should last 4 to 6 months, not years and years at a time unless there's a special circumstance. And the goal is to maximize the client's level of function. Now, please make sure for the therapist listening to this isn't a guise to try to bill for PT services, just simply to say the client needs it. So establish a criteria. So when you have clients that are being discharged because of lack of insurance coverage, how do we transition these folks out? How do we make sure they clearly understand that there's no longer any physical therapy done? And my best suggestion is this: contact the physician or the referral source and say, they've been discharged. We now would like to put them in the aftercare program. Ask the referral source for a specific referral that says aftercare or medical membership for exercise. With that, then have the client, when they come in for that first visit, notice I said client and not patient, they come in for the first visit, they sign a disclosure that clearly says they understand physical therapy is done there for the exercise program. They're told the price of the program. You communicate with the carrier. If the carrier is going to pay for it, the price of the program, and it works. We found success with this with a lot of third-party carriers, but particularly with workman's comp carriers. In our situation, it was a medical exercise specialist, or actually it was a rehab tech that supervised the program, utilizing the protocols we had put in place to ensure the client was appropriate, to ensure the client wasn't injured, and we had periodic sessions with the rehab technician where we would go over the exercise program and they provided documentation of what was done. These programs are needed desperately. We just need to make sure we put them together in the appropriate manner. So with that, thank you for watching. Please make sure you go over to MET101ebook.com and download this copy of the ebook. And I look forward to seeing you in our next tip. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh, and if you're a physical therapist out there and you're thinking about how to do this in your type of setting, please shoot me an email at drmike@postrehab.com. That's DRMIKE@postrehab.com. Again, all the best.